Welcome to WeLearn. This is session 10 of Management of Market Communication and Advertising. Today we are going to cover different topics like enter-educate technique, testimonial approach we are going to cover, 7 C's of effective communication that will be the part of today's session, role of an advertising agency that we will discuss today, advertising process, function and structure of an advertising agency, functions of agency, agency structure, development of strategy, services of agencies, agency structure, then services of department structure, group system we are going to cover, market research, internet is global marketing tool, how, that will be the part of today's session. Marketing is a tool, we will discuss on this topic, current mode of advertisement, statistical output and focus on global point, that is the customer, and implementation of the strategy that we use in the marketing. All these are the topics that are supposed to be covered in today's session. The first concept that we are going to discuss is enter-educate technique. Enter-educate technique is a kind of empowering technique which helps in educating the people at different domains of the organization, and this enter-educate concept basically merged two important concepts with us, that is E for education and E for entertainment. Means if you want to educate the people, then you should have a proper entertainment techniques to teach that particular thing. So education along with entertainment is the basic crux of the enter-educate technique. So in this regard, whatever entertainment we are associating with that of the education part, that entertainment should be personal, entertainment it should be popular, entertainment should be available everywhere, it should be pervasive in nature, and entertainment should be believable also, or it should be persuasive. It will be better for the person who has to take this education in a more considerable manner, in a more believable manner, if the education and entertainment are persuasive, pervasive, popular and even personal. So enter-educate technique is a kind of very powerful, empowering technique which helps to train the employees or subordinates so that the active participation can be achieved at different part of the decision making process as well as in the other process of the organization. Next is testimonial approach. It is a wonderful approach and is widely accepted by the people in the organization. It's a new approach also, it's a new way of thinking rather, in which a spokesperson from some social classes act as the audience who might have benefited from adopting the advocated behavior or have been harmed by not doing so. टेस्टिमोनियल अप्रोच से हर वो पर्सन जिसको चाहे बेनिफिट हुआ है या हार्म हुआ है, अपना एक्सपीरियंस जो उसने फेस किया है उसको सोशल लेवल पर कम्युनिकेट किया जा सकता है. It may use a credible figure of authority, in many cases a doctor, to speak to the audience about a certain problem and how they can solve it. Like the Colgate dentist follow this kind of approach. So testimonial approach is a very good approach which benefits to both the party for whom that testimonial is designed basically or advocated, and the other person who is actually getting benefit from this. Now let us learn the 7 C's of effective communication. In the management of market, communication and advertisement. There are different effective techniques. Out of many effective techniques, the one of the most important technique is communications technique. So to bring about this communication in a result-oriented manner, to make the communication to be more effective, while communicating at different level, we should focus on different 7 C's. We should focus on 7 C's of effective communication. The first C is command attention. Means your communication should be so effective so that it can grasp the attention of other people, and that command attention should have the parameters of surprised. Your way of communication should be distinctive. It should have that elements that make your communication to be more memorable. Next is clarify the message. Yeah, it is true. One of the fundamental tool of communication is to make your thought to be clear. Whatever message you want to communicate to the other side, to the other party, it should be clear. In terms of simplicity, there should not be any complex message that create a kind of redundancy. एक ही बात के दो मीनिंग नहीं निकलने चाहिए. And sometimes your message should elaborate the things in a detailed level, or there should be a proper explanation of the things. If the proper explanation is not there, then the things cannot be done. So the second C of effective communication focus on to the simplification of the message. By proper elaborating techniques and by using some specific graphics, chart, table, we can simplify the things so that it should be understandable at the other side who has to take on the decision. Next is communicate a benefit. Yes, whenever one party is going to communicate with that of the other party, then the communicator must focus on to the benefit of that person to whom you are going to communicate. So this beneficial point can be projected by making some promises, by providing reason why concept, that why we are here. If you are investing so much money, that is why then you will be able to get the benefit of that service or product. So this sort of benefits should be the part of effective communication. If no benefit is there, then that other party who is the part of communication will not take any kind of interest. So to generate the interest, it is very much important to show the benefit of that thing. Then create a trust. Yes. Communication can be materialized only if there is some sort of trust. There must be credibility of the things. Use effective and relevant spokesperson for the same. While communication, both party A and B should make a proper bond among them, and that bonding can be possible by generating the faith on which the two parties can rely. So faith generates in developing the bond which ultimately create the trust of the customer on the organization. Another C of effective communication is consistency count. Yes, consistency count also plays a very important role in the effective communication, and it can be bring about by meeting the long-term behaviors objectives, by producing the synergetic effect, that is the total effect is greater than that of the individual effects, and by providing and enhancing the memorability, that is a kind of memorable words which make the thing effective, that enhance the effectiveness of the communication. Sometimes when people give their introduction, other person forget it. So in this regard, if that person give their introduction along with some unique quality, like I am thoughtful Ajay, I am sweet Pinky, then this sort of communication will make the communication more memorable. The other person will remember your adjectives that you have added as a special effect along with your name. So this is the basic effective way of communication. Cater to the heart and head. Cater to the heart and head. That is, it make use of mix of emotional and rational appeals. While communicating, you should have a proper and balancing mixture of the things which originates from the heart as well as the head. Means whatever you are going to speak, think before you speak, and for thinking you have to take your mind into consideration, and whatever you are saying, speak from the bottom of your heart. Then this sort of communication will have more effectiveness. Then make the communication work harder, right? Another most important C of effective communication, which ultimately is responsible for the conversion, for the materialization of the whole communication process, is the call to action. Call to action means your communication must be motivated to do that work. It should give an action-oriented call to the person to whom you are communicating, and there must be a sense of immediacy also, so that the other person should feel more concerned about that thing. So in this way, there are different C's of communication which plays a very effective role in bringing about the effective communication, which actually help in materializing the deals. So these 7 C's of effective communication, I am taking a revision too for the same. That is, effective communication should focus on to the attention, message, benefit, trust, counts of consistency. Message must be communicated from the heart and head collectively, and communication should be a action-oriented communication which will help to take on the corresponding decision. So in this way, communication plays a very important and prominent role in the whole processing of the organization. It is believed, after getting the survey from different departments, different organizations, that alone communication, सिर्फ communication अकेला 80% रोल प्ले करता है प्रॉब्लम्स को रिजॉल्व करने में. And again, same is true, if the communication is not proper there, then 80% problems can be increased also. Now, let us learn the role of an advertising agency. The role of the advertising agency is basically discussed in 2 parts. First is as a part of the total process of product purchased by the target audience. Next is the activities that are undertaken by the agency. जो टारगेट है वो और जिसने एक्चुअली में एडवर्टीजमेंट करना है वो वाली एजेंसी. These are the 2 important agents which play a very prominent role in the advertising process. Now let us learn that what exactly is the advertising process. Advertising process basically involve 5 important entities. Out of 5, the first one is advertisers, second one is advertising agencies, third is support organizations, fourth is media agency or media, that is generally mass, and the last but not the least, that is customer. So advertising process basically focus on these 5 important ingredients of the advertising process. I am repeating: advertisers, advertising agencies, support organizations, media, and of course customers. Now advertisers are those who sometimes use the thing जो advertisement करते हैं. Advertising agency are sometimes associated by support agencies. They send their message through different media to potential customer of the product, service और idea promoted. जो भी वो प्रोडक्ट या सर्विस या जिस भी चीज़ को वो प्रमोट करना चाहते हैं उसके रिगार्डिंग. So advertising process involve all these parameters for the effectiveness of the advertising process. There are different functions and structure of an advertising agency. So the functions of an advertising agencies are broadly broken up as follows. The first one is account services, second is creative services, third is media services, fourth is administration and accounts. All these agencies plays a very important role in bringing about the advertising, in the implementation of the advertisement, and in the maintenance of the advertising. Because advertising process basically involves the creation of the accounts services first, then the implementation of the thing, then maintenance of the accounts. So the function of agencies can be classified into 4 major categories: account services, media services, creative services or creative account, admin and accounts. Agency structure. Agency structure is a kind of comprehensive agency structure which consists of account services, first point, market planning and research services, second point, media planning services which involves planning and media buying, third step, fourth is creative services which includes copy and art. So agency structure has all these 4 parameters to be the part of structure which helps in materializing the agencies, in materializing the advertisement brought by the agencies at different level of time. So agency structure can be classified into several levels in a proper hierarchical manner. For example, in the given example, we are having an agency structure with the sub-level account services, marketing planning services, media, creative, production, finance and accounts. Creative level further includes sub-level in the form of copy and art. Media involves planning services and media buying. Production involves print and TV and all. When we talk about the agency structure, there are different kinds of agency structure. Out of many, the first one is small agency structure, and it involves the daily business operations of a small agencies. These are usually supervised by the owner or a branch manager who may be in charge of new business development as well. तो एजेंसी स्ट्रक्चर जिसमें हम स्मॉल एजेंसी स्ट्रक्चर को डिस्कस कर रहे हैं उसमें ऑनर बेसिकली सुपरवाइज करते हैं डेली बिजनेस ऑपरेशंस को. क्लाइंट कॉन्टैक्ट इज पार्शली हैंडल्ड बाय हिम. नॉर्मली वो क्लाइंट को हैंडल नहीं करता है. इट इज बीइंग असिस्टेड बाय द अकाउंट एग्जीक्यूटिव्स. द अकाउंट एग्जीक्यूटिव्स आर इंपॉर्टेंट मेंबर ऑफ द टीम and can participate in the creative function as well. They may produce the creative concept and even write the copy. So the small agency structure basically involves the art development, which executes the layout with an in-house art director or with assistance from a freelance art director. The small agency may have a media buyer, through sometimes the account executive also purchase time and space for their accounts. Another kind of agency structure is the development of strategy. Development of strategies involves the marketing first. So it involves the developing the marketing strategies. So the marketing, while formulating the marketing strategy, there is a need to define the market objective first, generating the alternative marketing mix options, means we are having the different options of doing the same things in this strategy. Third is creating conditions for implementing the choose marketing mix. Means by creating the suitable environment, suitable conditions for the implementation of a particular strategy, we require it, right? Services of agencies. Agencies also offer the following services. First is direct response advertising. डिफरेंट सर्विसेज जो कि एजेंसीज ऑफर करते हैं उसमें एक फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट है, दैट इज डायरेक्ट रिस्पॉन्स. आप प्रेडिक्ट कर सकते हैं बाय विद द हेल्प ऑफ एजेंसीज. पब्लिक इश्यूज को मैनेज किया जा सकता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज अ पब्लिक इशू मैनेजमेंट. शो विंडोज डिस्प्ले फॉर रिटेल चेन्स एंड आउटलेट्स. So these are the different services that are offered by the agencies by means of some internet and other technologies. Another kind of structure is departmental structure. In this structure, each of these agencies function are client servicing, creative, media production, and account is a different in this departmental structure. Each department will be called upon to perform its own speciality. But for the client servicing, the game people in creative media and accounts will do work for all the clients. This may give uniformity of creative output, an opportunity for everyone to work on all accounts, but may not give collective responsibility to a group of people for an account. Another kind of agency structure is group system. This system is very useful when agency becomes large. An accounts executive in a large agency may find that the departmental system is not giving him commitment of individuals in creative and media to a specific account, as these departments are reportable on all the accounts. Hence agency is divided into a number of little agencies or groups. So group system consists of little agencies basically. The group consists of account executives, copywriters, art director, media buyer and any other specialist that may be needed. The primary responsibility of the group is the 3-4 accounts which this group is allocated to give wider exposure to group members. The accounts may be shifted among groups. This may give the client some benefit of fresh thinking within the understanding that client and agency have developed. This form of agency structure which enables the agency to provide the best service is the one that would be implemented. Next is market research. Agency undertake the following kinds of market research. By following different agency structure, the agencies are capable of providing some information with different domains. First domain is descriptive research. Means market research basically involves the research in a very elaborative manner and at very depth level or detail level. Next is predictive research. By having the past data with us, by having the current data with us, the prediction of future data can be done. So predictive research focus around these sort of data which ultimately help in the prediction of the future data. Next is causality research. Causality research is responsible for bringing the causal parameters which helps in materializing the things. Next, and the most important parameter in the whole marketing is the internet or World Wide Web, without which our life is not possible nowadays, because internet is considered as a global marketing tool. It is true. Every company, every organization, whether it's of small size or big size, they are making this internet and intranet and all different IT tools in the form of global marketing. So marketing is a tool, and by making use of this internet and other media, we can do the marketing of any product, whether it's a bag, it's a soap, it's a detergent, it's a jewelry. And this internet way of marketing involves the customer participation. You can share your opinions, you can be the part of that discussion. Customer is involved in a different way by providing some sort of motivation in the form of rewards. So this is a wonderful tool. Advertising has spread its wing in different domains. We can have all things to be done with the help of advertisement. Here in front of me there is a shadi.com. Yes, if you want to get married, go and open this shadi.com. Deposit, submit your profile over there, and you will be able to find a good partners over this shadi.com. So it's a current mode of advertisement which brings about a revolutionary kind of change at the social level. It is true that when the marketing is done in a statistical way, in a planned way, by applying some sort of strategy, then definitely we will be having to achieve a statistical output, and that statistical output will help us to give a predicted answers, and this thing is possible only with the help of advertisement and market research. Focus on global point. Yes, it is true. The whole market revolves around the customer, which is the central point or the global point of interest. So focus on global part, that is the customer. This is the another concept that was given by the market research. Timeliness play a very important role in marketing. Yes, it is true. If the product or services are not launched at a particular time, then it will directly affect the whole scenario, whether you are going to sell any product or service. So while considering the marketing or agency's role in bringing about the output of a business, then timeliness must be considered to a large extent. Implementation of the strategies in marketing. Yes, strategies basically are the long-term plan which have a direct impact on the organization, on the market plan and all. So implementation of the strategies in marketing involve the local marketing also, which have a very deeper impact, and at root level the marketing can be boosted if the proper strategy is implemented. We can create a boom kind of things in the market by taming the mind of the people, by implementing suitable strategies. The things can be moved to a productive way, or the energy in the organization can be channelized in a better way. So before we end, there is a do-it-yourself exercise, and in the first part of this do-it-yourself exercise you have to explain the departmental structure. Then you have to define, in the second question you have to define the different types of market research. With this we are going to finish this session. Thank you.